Would you like to come inside? I'm rehearsing.
Thank you, citizen, but our pursuit of justice allows us few diversions.
Oh,
Be seen you.
Bye, Robin. Hey, you guys come and catch my act sometime. I dig yours. All right, fellas, one more time. From a whippoorwill.
As Batman and Robin, courageous warriors against crime, they are off once again to the rescue.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
And girls, fighting crime is a full-time job. There's no time for diversions. Let's go. Hey. I can find the thing to get out of this linear thing here. What's up, everybody?
First time.
Not my fault.
First time, every time.
Every damn time, because of this linear interface that we're being charged a lot of money for. It's another story. Hey, welcome everybody.
Oh, we could talk. Are we going to talk about StreamYard?
Oh, are we? Will we? I'm Lorenzo, and this is my Comic Sun Circumstances. And every week we're here to do this Wednesday show where we talk about things like the books we picked up, what's happening in the community. We have a guest like we do this week. It's going to be Eddie from End of Zed. And it's all brought to you by the Alternative City.
I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that I call CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
Oops, I shared the wrong copy paste there. Let me fix that.
Oh, man, what is it? I mean, we're just talking about how I started the comments that I'm going to highlight, and then I go back and they're gone. It's like, and then I got comments from last week. I mean, StreamYard. Let's talk about StreamYard for a second.
Man, yeah, small channels all over, not just small comic book channels, but small true crime channels, any kind of small channel on YouTube, just doing this for fun. You've been paying $10 to $25 a month to use the wonderful services, really wonderful services of StreamYard. But back in April, they were bought by a kind of capitalist company, maybe vulture capitalist, some might say.
Yes,
and they were bought in April, and they're jacking up the prices starting in October. And there's no more free, there's no more 10, there's no more 25. The lowest tier is $45 a month if you're paying monthly, $36 or so a month if you go yearly, which is a $400 and something. So really they are gearing their StreamYard not towards people like us, but towards big corporate meetings is really what the service is really gearing toward. So a lot of us are complaining, saying this sucks for us, you're ruining everything for us. But for them, it's not about us, it's about the big money with the big corporation. So a lot of people are scrambling, trying to figure out what they're going to do. We talked about this a bit on FOC and Chill. Even people like Pop Culture Philosophers was talking about don't want to pay this increased price. Restream has been an option that I've found that might be a viable alternative. Some might go back to Ecamm, maybe. I'm not a fan of Ecamm, but that might be something that people go back to.
I could if I would.
There's also OBS Studio with something like Streamlabs, which will allow you to bring people on even though you're using OBS. But yeah, there's a lot of talk. It's really starting to hit everybody that, 25 to 45, that's an 80, they're talking about 80% increase in the price. That's a hefty price increase, man.
Yeah. Well, we all got handed this big bouquet of fuck you this morning, or I should say Monday morning when it all got announced. And it's not surprising. We're just small players in the big game. Like you said, they're looking for, they don't care about small players at all. They just want to, make lots and lots of money. To be fair, Ecamm was $49 a month. Was it 49? Was it $39 a month? It was like $40 a month, basically.
Wow,
that's their only level. Either 39 or nothing. Maybe they're going up. Who knows? But their interface is great. I mean, it's nice as this, and it's more linear. It's less linear, so you have palettes, so you can just like go right to a video, right to a drop or something like that. But you got to have a very strong computer, and you got to have good, strong internet. And those are two things that I did not have, so I was not successful with that. So I guess StreamYard seeing all these things, saying like, "Hey, we're as good as these guys," and everybody loved it. They love us now. All right, bend over. Here it comes. Yeah. That's the way it is, man.
Apparently, the original. I'm just real quick. The original owners tried to buy it back, but they lost out to Vended Spoon.
Yeah. Thanks to Mark for I know that bit of information. They kind of fucked themselves, right? Because they were going to buy it back, and oops, they couldn't buy it back. Well, I'm sure they broke off a big chunk on the sale. So don't cry for them, Argentina. They'll be fine. And I'm not going to right now go anywhere else. I'm just going to go for a few months and see how it is, if there's any improvements, or how much it is. Because I guess you say there's only 2 levels. Is one level, or it's the lowest level is $49?
$45 a month 45? If you're going monthly, and then there's the corporate tier, which is I don't know the price.
Like $89. They tried to slide me into that one last night when I was clicking on like upgrade. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I and the thing about it, we can flee now and find a cheaper option, but how long before the markets all level out and they all just start? That's what I'm saying. So just find the thing that works for you and just deal with it.
What needs to happen is YouTube needs to fix it. Why would YouTube force us to use a third-party app anyway? Why can't we just use a YouTube app and do all of the things that StreamYard does? Or maybe not even necessarily all the stuff, maybe just some of the stuff, so that allows us to still run our little rinky-dink shows without coming out the pocket for it. Because I have 1,000 subs, but I'm not monetized. I don't have any aspirations really of getting monetized. It's not happening for me. It's just for fun. It's just a passion of mine.
That's what most of us are doing. We're doing this for love, man. But they don't care.
People ask the question, and I've been asking myself the question is I just use it for a show that I do once a week, but it's a show where I can have, we had 9 people on last night, I can have a ton of people jumping on, and I love that ability to bring so many people on. And is that worth $45 a month to me? Honestly, if I don't have another way, it is. And so
and they are unlimited.
Our truth. Yeah.
Ecamm has the same thing to bring people on, but Ecamm limits your what they call guests, and they time it out in hours. So you get 20 hours a month, and then they add on after the 20 hours are passed up. So if you have more guests, quote unquote, guest time than 20 hours, you got to pay extra.
That sounds absolutely terrible. Before we get too deep in this, let's get to
yes, it's gone, Damien. Gone.
Let's get to the chat. We've got Sledhead coming through. He was hanging out with us last night. Thanks for coming through for FOC and Chill. Crazy fun show. 4 first appearances. Had a great time. 80s guy, my flavored whiskey brother, is here. What up, 80s guy? Good to see you. Space Case Cards is in the house. One of our usuals. Of course, the lovely Miss Janet is here. Thank you for the wisdom that you dropped on me recently, Janet. I really appreciate it, and I listened very closely. So thank you for that. We've got Critical Entertainment in the house, criticalentertainmentla.com. Check them out. Kickstarter's going right now. I'll get that link in the chat as well. Check them out and support those indie comics. If you want to see indie comics, you got to support indie comics. So definitely check them out real soon. We have Hooked on Juno coming in from the beautiful state of Alaska. What up, Juno? Good to see you, my man.
Hey.
Also got we got Larry Love, also known as
Larry Love and the Quiet Storm on your dial.
What up, Larry? Thanks for coming through and on one of our regulars. Appreciate you taking some time tonight. We've got the man who is up for the CBC Awards. Hall of Fame is what they're calling it now. He's up once again for the award again, and I would like for him to actually win this time. I really
Absolutely.
would, guys. And he's not going to win if we don't get over there and vote for him. So cbcawards.org, get over there. Let's get our vote in for Lorenzo for best comic book reviewer, but let's also get our vote in for Damien for Hall of Fame. My man has been out here doing it a long time. Not for the money, not for the drama, like
love of the
idiots like,
game.
not for the drama like idiots like me. He's out here for the love of the books, and you got to respect that. Get the votes in, guys. Support Damien. What's up, Damien? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. And then we got Willie Survive, my man.
Willie,
I saw Willie. Willie came through last night. It was so hectic. I was not able to catch everything. And so I realized Willie was there when I was watching the replay for clips. I was like, "Oh, Willie was here. I missed him." Dang it.
It was jumping so much, man. I was just sitting back listening. I always listen. I always lurk on something like that. I learn more from listening than I do from talking. What's up, my brother?
Don't do it, man. Not with that money.
It's crazy because when I watch the replay, because I'm trying to come up with clips to put on Instagram, and I'm always like, yeah, I missed this, I missed that. Oh wow, that looked wrong. It looked like I was laughing at Sicko at one point, but I wasn't laughing at him. I was laughing at a comment, but it looked really bad. So you catch all these things on the replay. It was like, I couldn't. It's so hard to keep everything going in the moment. So it's crazy, but fun show. Thank you for coming through last night, Willie. I'm sorry that I didn't get your clip in because I would have loved to have seen it. We've got synthetic panels in the house as well. Thank you for coming through and joining us. That's a new channel that's been making some interesting content, kind of talking about, kind of not in a drama way, but kind of discussing some of the things going on in the community in an intelligent way. I hate the AI voice synthetic. I'm not gonna lie to you. I absolutely hate the AI voice. I wish we could get a different voice. But the content is interesting, man. So give my man a shot. Check him out, or lady. I don't know. I'm assuming I'm gendering here. I apologize for that. We also got
AI, man.
Yeah, I mean the voice. AI. Listen to it though. The voice is kind of annoying.
That's good AI.
That's so terrible. Never mind. It's so terrible. We got Mojo 88 in the house. Have a good stream tonight. Thanks for coming through, man. We appreciate you taking some time. And then that's it. Upgrades are coming. Oh, I like that. I like that. Because I like the stuff. I just and I'm not the only one that said it, Cynthia. I'm not gonna put anybody on Front Street, but I'm not the only one that said, hey, this channel's interesting, but we hate the AI voice. We hate it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Restream is one that I'm gonna test in the coming. I have 2 weeks. Well, actually, I have 1 week after this week, and then I am going to have to pay or flee. I'm going to give Restream a hard look. It's another one. Their low tier is $19 a month, I think, but they seem to look a lot and feel a lot like StreamYard. So I know a lot of folks are migrating to Restream at this point.
I'm looking. How do you know how much you're going to be paying? I'm looking at my billing. I don't see any. My future bill is not showing. What do I look?
It'll show it if you look at the next billing date. It showed the price for me, and it was $44.95 on mine. If you go to your account, I think it is, and billing, it'll show in there.
Okay, I'll look for it again. Yeah, because I'd rather I'd rather not be surprised, but I'm braced for 45, so I'll just deal with the 45 when it happens.
Yeah, it's my account, and if you go to my account and then billing, it'll show you your next bill date and amount.
Yeah. So I noticed, like, okay, we got this reusable studio. Like, why are they being so good to us, man? We're using the same studio for the Wednesday live stream every time. It's the same link, and then like the logo went away. Look in the upper corner there, the logo's gone. Just the bunny is there now, but there's no StreamYard logo. Like, wow, that's a lot. Just $10, huh? Wow, StreamYard y'all just too good to me. Here it is, baby. Yeah. Brace yourself, brace for impact, and there it is. All right. Well.
Does Zoom allow you to stream onto YouTube? Sleepy, I don't think that Zoom does, but the trick that people use with things like Skype and Zoom is they use OBS Studio to stream, and then they use the app, Zoom app or the Skype app, to bring people in and out. The complaint that people say, and I don't, at least that was the case with Discord, because we did the same thing where we used OBS Studio, but we streamed to Discord, and it seemed to work just fine actually. But you're going to see a drop in quality in terms of audio, in terms of video. So it's going to look way better in the Discord app than it's going to look on the stream. So that is an option that people are looking at as well. OBS Studio compared or OBS Studio paired with something else like Streamlabs or Zoom or Skype or Discord.
Oh, so OBS, because Janet uses OBS, but she uses it straight into YouTube. She doesn't.
Right.
She just goes solo. She doesn't include any guests also. So maybe that's the thing. That's what Robbie says. He doesn't use any guests.
Right,
So
but what you can do is instead of streaming your camera, you're going to stream the app, and then you're going to use your camera inside the app. Everyone can use their camera and their audio inside the app. So that's the switch off, is instead of streaming yourself, you're streaming an app, and then everything else is going on inside the app. Yeah, but we had an interesting discussion about it last night on FOC and Chill. So definitely check it out. Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers was on there. He actually shouted us out at the beginning of his review show today, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Check it out if you especially if you like Robbie. And then I shared some clips from Instagram that I thought were pretty good. So check out Instagram.
Yeah, because Robbie is so cool, man. The coolest thing is Robbie comes on. It's so great to see that he is such a potty mouth. So I'm thinking he like on his show, he's like, "Hey, Robbie, here's the comics." He's like, man, this fucking StreamYard, man, fuck StreamYard.
Turns out he's a human being too, right? That's always nice to see.
That's awesome. All right. So other than that, you're not watching Take two. You're not watching Agatha yet, are you?
We had some discussion of that last night as well. Drew defended it against the seems like most people hate it. I
hate it.
I want to like it. I'm ready to like it, but I'm gonna watch. What I like to do is binge it the week of the finale and then watch the finale with everybody.
It's hard for me to stay away from spoilers, man. Especially especially you, because you're all over. You're a social butterfly. You get everybody's thing. Somebody's gonna spill it to you about. And then she killed him. Like, wait, I haven't watched it yet.
I'm okay. I mean, I'll try not to get spoiled, but if I do get spoiled, it'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Yeah,
I'll still watch. And I'm going to do the same thing with Penguin too. Critical Entertainment mentions.
Okay, well, Penguin, I'm going to definitely watch the first episode pretty soon. But I've watched both Agathas, and they're pretty good. I think she's kind of like leaning into this Agatha thing. Is like it's going to be there's funny parts and there's dark parts. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I think she's doing a great job, especially with her and Aubrey being kind of like I guess menaces to each other. Probably going to end up being kind of frenemies at some point. They're both two really good actors playing off each other. I'm here for it.
You see my new purchase today? I got short shorts on today. We wear short shorts. You see, I got a new box today though.
Is that the white boat box? You got a distillery full-size box from your man? Really? From your LCS?
LCS Adam. It fits the magazine size box.
I'm looking for one of those.
Finally have a place to put my magazine book.
Finally.
Yeah.
I gotta get one. I need a new magazine box. In fact, especially as I'm buying so many big magazine-sized comics.
Yeah. So nice. I'm excited to have a place to put that. The Bear is high on my list, Critical Entertainment. I've seen so much praise for that show. And I love the lead actor. He was on Shameless, and I loved him on Shameless.
That's a great crew. The whole cast is amazing to me. Janet doesn't like it too much. There's a little bit too much conflict in there for her, but I'm here for all this shit.
Like you want them to, there's multiple times where you're like, you want them to figure it out, but they don't figure it out. Like the one time she had it figured out, but then she cheats on her boyfriend, and it's like, why are you doing this? You're ruining everything. We were almost gonna do something nice, and you had to ruin it. You can't have anything nice in that show.
Well, I have only seen the first 2 episodes of the latest season, but Critical says that they're disappointing. But the first, sometimes you have the first 2 be so great. Now you got to live up to that first 2. And
you're talking about the Bear now.
The Bear, yeah, the Bear. Based in Chicago too. It's like, nostalgic for me, all that shit. Oh, that's accurate. Yep. That's the way people act there. Yeah. So I the first 2 were so amazing. I don't know how this is gonna. I might be disappointed by the whole thing too. But I'm going to watch it anyway. I'm going to finish the season. Yeah, it's kind of stressful, but because it's good sometimes.
Check your LCS, Sledhead. Distillery actually shared my post, and then they shared that their boxes should be in your LCS now. So check it out for those boxes if you're interested.
Yeah, I'm damn sure. There's only one. I don't think Frank can get them at Danger Room. If so, he's not sold any of them. It's kind of a big ticket item for his shop, but maybe the other shop is more into that stuff. So maybe I can talk her into ordering one for me if she hasn't got one already. So, yeah, awesome.
I get that, Janet, how some things can just because of your personal experience. And the weird thing for me is like, it's not a personal experience. It's just a lifelong fear. Like I've never really had nightmares in my life, but the only nightmare I ever had is something happened. I am blamed for it. I'm innocent, but they're blaming me for it, and I'm screwed. That's the nightmare that I have. So whenever that's a scenario in a story where someone's getting blamed for something they didn't do, I don't like it. I can't watch it. It doesn't sit well with me. I don't want to watch it.
Critical, I would call it a dramedy. I mean, it's probably thrown around way too much, but there are funny parts, maybe, but funny like in life, not like, funny like with a laugh track, like, oh, bear, shit like that. But it's like, shit that actually happens in life. You would look back on, that shit was kind of funny. But at the time it happened, it was very stressful and got on my nerves. So, yeah, but I would not categorize it as a real comedy. No.
And what up to Phil? Thanks for seeing you. Thanks for seeing you. What the hell's wrong?
Wow.
Words are hard. Thanks for seeing me. Thanks for coming through.
Thanks for being seen.
I was trying to think about Phil, and I was also thinking about Critical's comment, and my brain was like, I can't do all of this. But I
Which
say
one?
that.
The
but
movie or the series?
I love Fugitive, though. I actually love that movie, but that's exactly
the movie with Tommy Lee Jones.
With Tommy Lee Jones
Ford and Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah.
I love that era of Tommy Lee Jones. He was the man back then. I love Tommy Lee Jones.
Now, y'all that don't know, before the movie, there was also a long, maybe 3 or 4 years long series that was huge back in the 60s when I was a kid, called The Fugitive, with David Jansen as the fugitive. And that shit was like, that shit was, when the last episode of The Fugitive came out, that was like pre-internet. That's one of the biggest fucking things ever. Everybody was at home, gathered in front of the TV back when people used to do that, and watching The Fugitive. That was like the moon landing kind of a thing. So it was awesome.
Yeah, Tommy Lee was goated back then. He was one of my favorite actors for sure.
Yeah,
it was like him and Lawrence Fishburne. They were the goats for me back then.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Is he still around? Is he still with us?
Who?
Tommy Lee.
He doesn't, but he hasn't been acting. But yeah, he's still alive. I haven't really seen him acting in anything.
Yeah, he's got to be up there. He did a great job in the Cobb movie too, playing Ty Cobb. That son of a bitch everybody hated in baseball. It's about making Ty Cobb.
Prison Break. Break's another one.
Prison Break is a good series.
And it's funny, Shawshank Redemption. That's one of my favorite movies ever. But yeah, Shawshank Redemption has that same setup. But that's part of the beauty of why I love it is that the redemption at the end, you get that payoff, that dopamine hit. I've always said the end of Shawshank Redemption, like if I ever feel sad, I just go to the end of that movie with him walking down the beach.
Don't tell me about it, I haven't seen it.
Are you serious? You've never seen Shawshank?
I mentioned it a few weeks ago. You probably forgot that. Like you were stunned.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, it's always stunning. But okay,
it's only been 35, 40 years.
It's never too late. I watched Alien and Aliens for the first time like a couple of months ago. So
there you go.
Never too late.
Yeah,
great movies. They 1,000% hold up. Both of those movies are great.
Because I'm 72 years old, you dumb son of a bitch. Yeah, another thing from Ty Cobb. God, he's a guy that was a racist and an asshole, and everybody hated him, black, white, and otherwise. It was just
thank you.
We're all united in that.
I think Juno. I think it's entirely reasonable for me to act shocked every time I hear this from him. It's like, oh, it's still true. What is wrong?
It's one of those things that's always on the list. It's been on cable. Back in the days when you had cable and you had no other choice but to watch what was on. But I just never finished watching it. I wanted
time for the. I'm just saying, it's about time for the guess, and we never even got to the dang books. Nobody talks about comic books anymore. What's going on?
Grumble, grumble, grumble. Oh, all right. Sit your ass down. What you talking about? All right. So yeah, there's time for our guests. So we're just gonna get right to that, and we'll do all the other nonsense later on. All right. So I'll grab my tea here, which is rosemary tea from our garden. Don't you know? Thank you very much, Larry. I know you only can probably appreciate a good cup of hot tea. And welcome our guests. I want to go over a little bit of what Eddie's done here. He sent me some pages from the book he's working on, End of Zed. I had no idea that was the name of his comic. I thought it was just his his handle. But it turns out he's been working on this, and here's some images, if I can present them without screwing things up. Let's see here. I'm going to go to... Oops, wrong one. Is that the right one? Nope, that ain't it. There we go. All right. Enough said. Like I said, first time, boys and girls. This is man, this is phenomenal. I mean, I can't wait to ask him about this stuff because I have questions. This is pretty phenomenal. I mean, to me, this is just like it's complex, but simple, and it's a lot of stuff going on here. I just can't wait to find out what his process is. As this little guy crash lands, what looks like Earth, and I don't want to give any spoilers away, but just to give you an idea of what the look of his art is like, and it is pretty phenomenal. So, without any further delay, let's bring the man himself on, and let's bring him into this thing. Badow, and here's Eddie.
Hey, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Oh,
I heard
you.
Excellent. I made it big time, man. I'm here with Lorenzo and Marcus. I got to tell you, this whole comic book thing here, this whole thing's a sham. It's actually, this is all falsehood you're seeing. I just got on to hang out with the cool kids, so that's the only reason I'm here. So now that I'm in, I can hang out. But thank you.
Bless your heart.
I was just gonna say, we've seen your logo in the chat, obviously, but the character that you've created, he seems so very marketable to me.
Yes,
just his entire look. Is that part of the design for you?
Yeah, Marcus. It took me about 4 months to come up with that, character design. I was really everything that you see about him is there's an intent to everything about him, from the shape of his head to even his size. So a lot went involved in that. So. And a lot of credit goes also to my main artist, Lucas Assis, and he really helped me to hone in on what the character really should be like. Because at the end of the day, the character, he's going to take you on a journey, and I kind of wanted to create like a toddler kind of feel to him. And so because he's lost and he's scared, and as the story goes on, you'll see that plays an important part.
Very cool.
Man, right, cool. Very cool. Yes. And the art, shout out to your artist, because that art he was just showing.
What's the artist's name again? I'm sorry, I missed this.
Lucas Assis. Lucas Assis. He is the main artist, and I have a colorist called, I call him G Sabino. They're both from Brazil. Now, I'm an artist myself, but I'm not a sequential artist. So I needed someone to really hone in on what the character should look like. And really with their help and their collaboration, we did a good job.
Oh, well, I'm glad you mentioned the colorist, because it's been a slow process for me from first appreciating the writer and then appreciating the artist. And I am actually slowly getting to the point where I appreciate the colorist. And as I begin to really understand the difference between a good colorist and a great one and a maybe not so good one. And that's one of the things in the art that Lorenzo was showing that's really, it's not just the art, is that colorist knows what they're doing.
And I'll tell you what's important to the story, Marcus, is that this story takes place all in one night. So the 3 episodes that you're going to see, the three episodes are going to take place all in one night. So I knew that color and lighting would have to be super important to the story. So that's another reason why it was very calculated that I chose an artist from Brazil. They have a very a cool sensibility with colors. So I knew that I needed it to pop, and they certainly came through.
Mission accomplished banner.
Absolutely.
Yes. But thanks for your comments on the character. Really, there was so much thought that went to that, and a lot of the great feedback that I'm hearing already is about the character itself. You know, it's interesting how certain groups think that he's cute and adorable. Some think that he's a badass, and that's going to all come into play in terms of the story. So, mission accomplished on that too.
Hell yeah, man! Awesome, and Sledhead is with us too. Really liking the art.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. But listen, before we get into this, guys, again, you guys are a part of this, believe it or not. You know, a lot of the late night spending talking about, the story and how, the layout would be. A lot of it was done on like Wednesday night, like up to like 1 or 2 in the morning, listening to you dudes. So, and that's why every once in a while, if you probably saw me on chat, I would give in with a lot of chats in the beginning, but then I would go kind of radio silent at the end because probably had an epiphany or something. But you guys are a part of it too, really. This community.
Hell yes, I'm taking publishing credit then.
There you go, yes, sir. But I have some questions for you guys. I think a couple of weeks ago. So you may get some questions from me more than you do from a regular person you interview, because I really dig the show and dig you guys. So I remember a couple of weeks ago we talked about sports, and I think we went on a tangent, and kind of regret that I kind of said anything because we went.
Oh no,
this never happened.
We are for tangent. I'm always trying to send us on a tangent. Honestly,
there you go.
About women, but any kind of tangent.
So I got some sports questions. The first one to you, Marcus. How does it feel? There you go. How does it feel to be a Chiefs fan, right? How does it feel to be so spoiled out of your mind and that to know that at any minute your quarterback could win? So I need to know.
It's amazing. I mean, this must be what it was like to be a Patriots fan.
I've said
this many times. I remember hating the Patriots. I hated Tom Brady. I wanted them to lose. The refs were cheating for them. All of that stuff. And now I get to be on the other side of it, and I couldn't be happier. It's way more fun on this side, guys. And I am so spoiled. It's amazing to have Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback. And I was talking about this for the first 3 games. It's like I don't even care about the regular season anymore. I don't even care. We could have lost the first game of the season. And every other season, I would have been devastated. And this season, I'm like, I don't care, because we looked so bad last year, and we still won the Super Bowl. So we're just relaxing, man. The answer is it's awesome. Everybody should try it.
Well, listen, I'm the world's only Yankee Patriot fan. Don't ask me how it happened, but I'm a big Tom Brady fan. And I remember
2 empires.
2 empires is right. But I remember when Brady went over to Mahomes and handed him the helm, man. I think he was only one of 2 quarterbacks that Tom Brady ever went to after a game to his locker and to probably give him his blessing, because certainly Mahomes,
wow,
in my opinion, will probably do more than Tom Brady, but that's just my opinion.
That last one hurt, though. I wanted because Tom Brady has had. I mean, we've beaten Tom Brady. Like, I went to a Monday Night Football game where we beat the shit out of Tom Brady.
Right.
But like in the big games, Tom Brady has had Mahomes' number, and I wanted that Super Bowl so bad. It hurts.
Yeah, man. That's right. Listen, you're still spoiled, and you'll be spoiled as time goes on, because that team's just going to keep producing.
We ain't done yet.
Enjoy it while you're in it, because I wish I'd enjoyed the Michael Jordan Bulls era much more than I did. I have no idea that was going to be over for a long time.
Believe you me, I am. Yes. We had the Royals in 2015, and then that ripped right into Mahomes.
Oh yeah.
I'm living a good life.
Yes, you are, sir.
And Lorenzo, in your case, I think you're a Seattle Mariners baseball fan, right?
I'm becoming one. I'm a Cub fan. I'm a born Cub fan, but I'm sympathizing with the Mariners now because they have a similar plight to my team.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And then my last question, and that's it. Then I'll shut off this interview on my side of it. How did you guys meet? I've always wondered that. You guys have amazing chemistry. So how did that happen?
Fan of the show. I found his channel. I came into this comic book space and was just amazed because when I collected comic books, I didn't have not a single friend that collected comic books. It was always a solo thing. So when I found this internet thing and all these comic book people doing it, I was just drunk on it. And Lorenzo was one of the channels that I found, and I was a big fan of it. And one of the days that we were in a live chat, and I was like, will you be my dad? Will you be my comic book dad?
Yep. And, I remember that.
And that's how it started.
That was
See, I
it.
always thought you were like maybe his love child or something, you know, and he got you on the show or something like that. You know?
Don't tell Janet.
So I'm glad. Okay, good. I know the scoop. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
that's
Maybe a
awesome.
couple more questions at the end of this, but these are things.
Oh,
that was
anytime,
Back to
man.
you. Back to
Anytime.
you now.
Anytime, man. Oh man. So you say you are an artist. I know. Is your background? I think in graffiti art. Is that the?
Yes.
Is that
I'm
right?
a graffiti artist as opposed to a graffiti writer. So there's a difference, right?
Ah,
Graffiti writers are
ooh.
those that hit the subways, hit the walls, and all that. I'm more of a graffiti artist that takes their aesthetic and that design that I really just love so much, and it inspired me. It inspired me as a kid, and even to this day, I think everything I do is with like a graffiti aesthetic, and it certainly takes a lot into this comic book too. A lot of the style and a lot of the way it was executed really comes from like a graffiti kind of point of view.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, are you gonna do? Do you ever do like standalone pieces of your art or that kind of thing? Or how does a graffiti artist exhibit their work and stuff?
Great question. So it's interesting, Lorenzo. What I do every year, and I've been doing this for like 4 years now, is that I start the year off by creating a project that I'm going to work on for the rest of the year, and it's something just for me, you know. And so in every one of these projects, it has a metric at the end of it. Like I'll give you an example. All of my graffiti work that I did, I wanted to create into a digital format, and so I knew I said to myself, I don't really have a big web presence, so one year I'm going to start an Instagram account. And on that Instagram account, you know, I'm going to have like 1,000 followers is my metric. And so by the beginning of the year, I'll produce this Instagram account and organically get 1,000 followers, right? And so at the end of the year, I fall into the goal and I make it. So every year I come up with a new project like that. And one year I was sitting on this story for a long time, the End of Zed story. And I decided, okay, I think I'm going to write a screenplay about this, better yet, a movie script about this, right? And what I'm going to do is, I don't know anything about writing a screenplay or writing anything about movies, so I'm going to school myself. So, of course, online and reading books. One of my favorite books is a book called Save the Cat, which teaches you about story arcs and 3-act structure and so forth. And I spent that whole year creating the script. And then this year, I took that script and said, okay, what would be a good vehicle for this? And the stories and the pacing of the story really lend well to a comic book. So that's what I spent all year doing this year. I assembled, again, not a sequential artist, so I can't do it myself. So I made sure that I assembled a team that could. 2 artists as well as an editor who was super important to the process, especially since we're going from a movie script to a comic book script. His name is Brian Zanzanago, and he really helped tremendously too. So the metric for the end of this year is to see how successful I get, right? To see if I build an audience from this and then just take it from there. Another thing too, I'm a professional artist. You know, my day job is basically like a graphic designer. So, you know, I took my graffiti artwork and turned it into something positive, and it's basically how I'm making my living.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yes. So you got your hands in the art field from a lot of different angles.
Correct. Absolutely.
Oh, that is
and I'm
awesome.
grateful for it. I tell you, I think a lot of the story is about that. It's about being grateful for the things that I drew from the time that I grew up in, mainly the hip hop community, right? When you think about that time, a lot of positive things came out of a lot of negative situations in the 80s, you know, and the hip hop culture is certainly one of them. Think about the things that came out of it from not only hip hop music, but certainly the art of graffiti. And then, of course, you got fashion. So I would like to think that I derived from that.
Okay, so what I can glean, Zed lands in New York in the 80s. Is that right?
Correct. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So End of Zed is a story about a robot who crash lands in the Bronx in 1982, New York City. He has no memory and he's badly damaged. And he has to navigate during really probably one of the most tumultuous times in New York City's history, right? Because the 80s saw not only the negative things like the beginning of the crack epidemic, but it also saw the positive things as well, as I mentioned before, the creation of hip hop. So through all of this, he has to start uncovering not only his origin, but eventually he's going to find out what his purpose is, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds very cool. Yeah, and I love that you had me at 80s. That's my favorite
decade.
Yep. Yes, absolutely. And again, that time is a perfect place to land a robot in his case. If you notice in the beginning of those images, Lorenzo, you showed that he landed in a really desolate place. And I know
Yes.
a couple of times when I tested the comic, some people would write back, why would you put him in, when he crash lands, everyone would hear him. But the South Bronx was really that way, and particularly Charlotte Street was literally like a bomb went off on it, so it's also very historical too, especially as time goes on. You see a lot of history connected to it too as well.
Oh, okay. So because a neighborhood like that, man, the bomb goes off, like, so what,
and
how many bags you want?
Well, in this case, in the South Bronx, they were literally like 10 to 12 blocks of pure desolation. And look it up on YouTube and you'll see it. So again, a great backdrop for him to land in. And then, of course, what happens in the story is certainly fascinating. Really excited that it's finally done. And I'm hoping I get episode 2 and 3 your way as well.
Oh, so it is finished?
Oh, yeah. The book is finished. Yeah. And we're going on Kickstarter when it started probably around the end of October. I don't know if you've been hearing, but I'm having some issues with getting my preview page going with Kickstarter. It's really silly, and I won't bore you with the details. But so right now I'm directing everyone just basically to go to my website. They'll have the ability to get the first 5 pages for free, but there'll also be a chance for them to put their name on the list, and I can get you guys ready for that Kickstarter.
That's cool, man. We have you back on when the Kickstarter is live. And
yeah, if you don't mind, I would love to. I was hoping
Sure.
So you guys gotta understand something. I always envisioned this day. This day was like, man, I'm gonna meet these dudes finally. I'm gonna meet them with a finished comic book and hopefully my Kickstarter preview page. So that was a disappointment when that didn't come through. But this comic book journey, that's what it's taken. It's given me some highs and some lows, but we're gonna persevere and get that story out. We're going to persevere like the Kansas City Chiefs and we're tearing it up.
La Chiefs in nada más. What is the website that they can go to?
It's endofzed.com.
Oh, that's pretty simple.
Great. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I used to have a website once. It disappeared. Got a point for my website. Yeah. I do still have a store, so yeah.
Lorenzo, forget websites, man. You got to run to see Shawshank Redemption. I really think you're the only one.
What is his problem,
It's
man?
like
I'll find it somewhere. Maybe it's on Tubi.
It's like meeting someone who never had pizza or something. It's like
it's like what is going on?
Or not seen The Godfather or something like that. That'll be another one.
Absolutely.
I've seen most of those.
It's like small. It's like Smalls in The Sandlot when he's never had s'mores before. What is going on?
Another sad story. Have not seen the Sandlot.
Oh my God!
All the baseball movies that I've seen, The Natural, 8 Men Out, you name it. I've seen all these baseball movies. I have not seen The Sandlot.
Wow. What are you? You're killing me, Smalls. I've been swimming at this swimming pool my entire adult life.
I just know a few comments like, "You play baseball like a girl," or something.
Dude,
like
so many quotes in that movie. How can you not watch it? Like, come on.
I've seen the trailer. But I just never I'm gonna watch that someday, and then I forget about it.
Link is in the chat. Sleepy shared the link, guys. Endofzed.com. Check out the art on this book and get ready for this Kickstarter, man.
Hey, these guys giving up on me. All right.
Well, let me ask you, Lorenzo, what was the worst movie you ever saw?
Ooh, any kind of movie?
Any kind of movie. Just
I know the answer.
Name it out.
I already know the answer. Simon Says with Dennis Rodman.
Oh, God. That's a thing? Was that really a movie?
Yes, it's a real movie. And I'll never forgive that movie because not only was it terrible, but I missed chicken fingers in the cafeteria because I was watching that stupid movie. That's always an easy answer for me. Simon Says, Dennis Rodman, go watch it and hate it with me.
For me, it would, I guess off the top of my head, would be The Incredible Melting Man, which has been on like MST3K or I forget, Riff Tracks or whatever, and deservedly so. I remember like going to see it with one of my then girlfriends, and she really wanted to see it. And I told her, this is going to be a shitty movie. I don't want to go see that movie. I don't care. I want to go see it. Might be able to go see what you want to go see. So we went to go see it. It was terrible. She hated it, but she wouldn't admit it. I told you it was going to suck.
See, the only reason I asked Lorenzo was because you could have been spending that time watching Shawshank Redemption.
You feel me? What is your
anything
answer,
else?
What would be your answer, Eddie?
Worst movie ever?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one, man. That's gosh, probably gonna have to go old school, like Ishtar or something. You know, one of the worst. No, Waterworld. That was it. Waterworld. Kevin Costner, who was probably recognized as one of the worst movies of all time. That was the worst movie.
I never actually watched that one. Maybe I should go back and give it a try.
Thank goodness.
Waterworld, yeah, Waterworld gets Kevin Costner, yeah, that was a big boondoggle too. That lost a lot of millions of dollars for a lot of people. That's why people hate it so much, I guess.
Yeah.
Plus, it was kind of lame.
House of a Thousand
gills and shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah, House of a Thousand Corpses is probably another MST3K candidate too. They've probably been on there. That's with Rob Zombie. Is that?
Yeah, that movie was scary, man. That movie was scary, I thought.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, what's your favorite movie? I mean, not like one that we would ever all know, like kind of an unheralded movie that is overlooked. That you
oh my gosh, I love Sideways. You ever see Sideways with
is that the woman from Grey's Anatomy is
Paul
in there?
Giamatti.
Yes, Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Man, that is just a wild movie. It's a great story, man. Yeah, I love that. A great story.
I remember it being funny about Wine Country, right?
Yes,
it won an Oscar, didn't it?
Yeah,
of course. It's just a great story, you know. Absolutely. But listen, I dig. To me, the recipe for a great movie has to have three things. It has to have good acting, a good story, and one that a lot of people sleep on is a good soundtrack. So if it has those three things, I'm in. Gladiator, great example, right? Gladiator, great acting, great story, great Hans Zimmer soundtrack. Godfather, I'll go old school on you. Same thing, right? Same good story, good acting, and of course, an amazing soundtrack. So to me, that's the recipe to a good movie. If it's missing any one of those elements, I can't call it the greatest of all time, I also like About Schmidt. You ever see About Schmidt with Jack Nicholson?
I think I must have a long time ago, but I don't remember much about it.
I just dig these movies. Very avant-garde movies and certainly good endings and everything like that. So you'll dig it. But no, forget all that, Lorenzo. Shawshank Redemption. I'm talking like tonight.
Yeah, get it done, man. Come on. Great movie. I saw that movie 30 years ago and you still haven't watched it.
I know. I'm still waiting. So I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. I like I love what you say there about all the elements for a good movie. That's very true. But I'm a big fan of stuff like Repo Man. Repo Man is like an indie film that directed by Mike Nesmith of the Monkees.
Emilio
crazy
Estevez,
shit.
right?
Emilio Estevez is in there. Harry Dean Stanton is in there.
Yes.
That's some good stuff in this movie, man.
Yes.
And that's one of my favorite like cult films that nobody is probably even heard of, or like, you're crazy, you like that movie? I have like the Criterion Collection DVD. So I'm gonna make sure I have Repo Man my entire life.
Absolutely,
it's just one of the greatest things ever of all time, I think.
I dig that movie too.
Yeah,
I dig that movie too. Yeah,
it's awesome. All right, well, not so much pressure, but
30 years. I'm pretty sure he's solid on this one. I don't think we're going to be the ones that did it finally.
Yes. Oh, and Space Case just watched it too. The Code of the Repo Man, man. It was like a scene in there, like this came out like in the 80s, I want to say. I remember one of my coworkers, she knew me so well at the time. I was working at a restaurant and we were wait staff, and I didn't even realize how much she realized. I mean, she's just a casual friend. We weren't like tight or anything. And she's, I saw this movie. It reminded me so much of you, Repo Man. there's a line in there where Harry Dean Stanton, they're sitting there like I guess laying out waiting to find a car to repo, and him and Emilio were like snorting some rails on the dashboard. There's some people like I'm fighting. Like, look at that, fucking ordinary people. I hate them.
Did you watch that in the theaters or did you watch that on old school VHS?
Yes and yes. I think I've seen it at the theater, and I just like watched it whenever it came on cable and VHS came a thing. I got that, but
I never heard of this movie, guys.
You gotta see Repo Man.
It's got such a good aura to it.
You just gotta go with it too. You gotta go with it.
Jimmy Buffett is in the movie. Why is Jimmy Buffett in the movie?
It's awesome.
All right, then.
Oh, they make a sequel. Oh my god. Be like maybe Emilio's an old man. He's doing the Harry Dean Stanton role now because Harry Dean's passed on. R.I.P. But that I would be so all over that if they made a a sequel of that. But enough of that. Reminiscing about good movies and stuff like that. So how are we going to be able to find this book now? Because it's going to be on Kickstarter pretty soon, right? But
yes,
now we can go see it free on your website.
Yeah, so a couple of things you can do. One, you can go to my website, download the first 5 pages, and thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
The preview page hopefully should be up this weekend if Kickstarter stops acting up, and then but right after Comic-Con is where it's going to go live, and it'll probably take us into November. So that's when you'll be able to get it through Kickstarter. So.
That is so cool that having a vision is so important. People talk about, they kind of roll their eyes when people talk, you got to have a vision. But that's real. And you had a vision to put all this together. You put a team together to make your dream come true. And it's happening. It's happening right in front of you, man. This is just so amazing and incredible.
And you guys are part of that. Again, I'm telling you, you think I'm exaggerating, you must think, but I'm telling you to envision this moment here. And if I can come back, that'd be great, even during the campaign.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kind of tell you how it went. But by then, you got to watch Shawshank Redemption, because then I can't come back.
You got to
now and then. That's my assignment.
Here's what I would say, End of Zed. The best thing that you can do when you do go live is to go on as many of these shows as possible. And I'm happy to have you on FOC and Chill, and I'm happy to plug you into some other channels. Like, are you familiar with K-pop?
I'm actually. I'm booked with her already. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
She's
I got a lot of stuff lined up.
Yeah, that's going to be the best thing that you can do in terms of getting the word out. And I'm down to help you in any way I can.
Man,
on Instagram as well. So let me know.
Yeah, I got about 8 shows set up already. I did one last night, was my first one. Today is my second one. And so as we go on, I got probably about 8 more podcast shows.
You do it again when you go live, though.
Yes. Okay. I got you. Absolutely. Appreciate that. And again, you guys are a part of it. So wish me luck.
Absolutely.
And it's really a cool story, man. At the end of the day, I'm hoping that we can get all 3 episodes.
Yeah, I don't
special, man.
I don't think you need luck, man. I think you got something going here, man. I don't think you need luck at all. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely, man. You got it going on.
Appreciate
it. As we let you go, Eddie, what is that? Is that your artwork behind you with that?
Yeah, one up here. That's one.
Pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah, that's one of my pieces. One of my tag names is Zonk, right? So if you go to my Instagram page, ZNK238, you see all of the. Yeah, that was originally like a marker piece. Actually, I think originally it was a marker piece, and then I turned it all into digital. I use Adobe Illustrator to do that.
Oh, really? That's an Illustrator thing?
That's all Illustrator. Yeah. I'm basically a vector artist. That's a
vector drawing then. Okay.
It's all vector, which means, as you know, since it's vector, you can blow that the size of the Empire State Building. And
exactly.
It'll stay crisp. Stay crisp, And with me, I tell you, being an artist really helped in the design process for the comic book. But it also was a little bit of a hindrance, right? Because I have my vision, the way I see it, and certainly I execute the way I do in terms of my artwork. But to deal with another artist kind of took me a little time to get used to that. So thank goodness I had people that were patient that worked with me, because at the end of the day, though it was personal, it became a true collaboration. So it helped,
Oh man, that is so effing cool, man. I love that so much. And those your artist, I guess your penciler and inker and your colorist, they're both from Brazil?
Correct.
Do they know each other, or they just
yes, they both know each other. They both
you can tell that
to work with. Yeah.
The synchronicity is there. They're not just 2 people in different cities, sending work to each other, which would work. Correct. But it seems like there's a kind of a chemistry going on with it. I think it's done by the same person that's looking at it. Like, that's awesome art.
Correct. And it is. I think it came out great. It was a little hard at first, because there's a lot of, I was very particular in terms of how the environment would look, right? Being from the city, growing up in the city, I wanted to make sure that the scenes looked like the city. So there was one instance, for example, they drew like a cityscape, and they gave me like these antennas, but these antennas were like Brazilian antennas. And we didn't have antennas like that back in the day. They look like the letter Y, that's certainly not the front. We need those old school long ones that are all crooked and like held together by Scotch tape and stuff like that.
Man.
So things like that we had to kind of work through, but at the end of the day, they were great, and certainly would not be anywhere in this in the process without them. They did an excellent job.
Man, well, yeah, they're doing a great job, man. So, hey, endofzed.com. Check out this man's work. We're going to have you back on here, and by the time you come back, I will have watched the.
We'll talk about Shawshank. Yeah,
I don't believe you.
Well, you didn't hear. You didn't hear what Marcus said about the ending, though, right?
I blocked it out.
Okay, good.
I blocked it out.
Good. Okay.
I'm gonna forget it by the time, Good thing about being old, you forget a lot of stuff. You think you see it for the first time all over again. Like,
good.
I'll remember that. Good.
Yeah, what I said would ruin it, so don't watch the replay either.
Okay, I won't.
But you know what, Lorenzo, though, at least there aren't a lot of guarantees in life, but I'll guarantee you this. If you ever say to yourself, I want to watch a really good movie, I will guarantee you when you sit to watch Shawshank that you've watched a good movie. You can't say that with a lot of movies, that especially if you don't know about it, right? But I will tell you want to watch a good movie, you say tonight's the night. I don't want to BS. I want a really good movie. Watch that. You're good to go.
All right. I've heard nothing, but nobody said that Shawshank thing sucked. Everyone I've heard, just said that this is just a great movie. So they all can't be wrong.
Yeah. Especially at the end when there's this big bank robbery scene. Oh, you're gonna love it. And he gets killed. Yeah, you're gonna dig that part. Just kidding.
Great classic scene.
Great. I know. Can't be replicated.
Yeah,
all right. Well, thanks for coming on, Eddie. Man.
No, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. And I'll be back, really, if that invitation holds true. I
it will.
And certainly Marcus on your show too, which I dig and I watch all the time. Really, if I could, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, sharing you on Instagram right now.
Excellent. This guy. He's all over it, man.
That's it. See, when you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, Lorenzo, you're happy, you're jovial, you share love, right? Once they start losing, though, who knows what happens tomorrow?
Gosh. Oh my goodness.
Hey, when we start losing, it's gonna be very simple. Me.
That's it.
Oh yeah, because apparently Diddy makes an appearance too at the end with some baby oils.
With all the baby oil.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
All right. All right, Eddie. Good luck,
again,
you don't need it, and thank you for coming on. And man, we look forward to seeing you and seeing your book. And then
you'll see me every week. Watch.
Yeah, right.
Come back for the Kickstarter, man. Let's rock and roll on this thing.
Excellent, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Take care, my friend.
Excellent. Take care.
You too. All right.
It's about me.
It's always about Marcus. That is awesome. Marshall will start participating in stoicism. Oh my God. Is that even possible?
And nihilism is what you meant.
Nihilism is more like it.
The world is over.
Yes.
You should have seen me when Mahomes got hurt in that game. He hurt his ankle in the AFC Championship game. I was like, oh my God, everything. And then we won anyway. So
ain't that something? Fun. And he comes out limping and still,
crazy.
Running
I was like, get him off the field, dude. Get him off the field. That was crazy.
Mahomes just uses sorcery to get away from people. I'm not like he's blazing fast. He's just like he's where they aren't. I'm here. You're not there, and I'm running around you. This fucking guy. Just grab him already.
Thank God he's my quarterback. That's all I'll say.
I know, man. Lucky you. You just don't know how lucky you are. All right. What else we got here?
Caleb Williams.
Oh, that's what I want to mention. Caleb Williams. Oh, God, Lord have mercy. The Bears are in such a no-win situation with that, man, because they kept Justin Fields and Caleb went somewhere else. They would never have heard the end of it, and Caleb probably would have went somewhere with a better offensive line and had a better first 3 games, and they'd be saying like, well, what are you going to do now? Because he would still have Fields and he'd have this shitty offensive line, and he'd still be struggling like in Pittsburgh where he's 3-0.
How about Jaden Daniels? Did you see Jaden Daniels on Monday night?
Jaden Daniels was the one they should have picked. I'm saying it. There, I said it. Jaden Daniels was
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I would have kept JF. So there you go. I would have kept him. He'd have been better off. JF is like a beefier version of Jaden Daniels.
What did I tell you?
The same guy.
What I tell you? I said he was going to be starting him in Pittsburgh by week 6, and he's already.
You were early. I think Russ may have had a calf injury or something.
Yeah,
he ain't getting that job back. Yeah, he ain't getting that job back. No, you're just gonna be a backup, and hopefully Fields stays healthy. 3-0, man. Damn, they got another great offense, and this kid is just like, oh my God. And Oh, I could go on and on about Caleb, man. Caleb is going to be all right, but you see this week where last week, or week before last, I should say, that C.J. Stroud kind of Caleb got sunned by Stroud a little bit. You're gonna be all right, son. You know, he been in his league for a while.
Honestly, whose side do you take in that exchange?
But then
this week, that's the question in that exchange, because I've seen people take both sides. Some people take CJ Stroud. Caleb shouldn't have acted that way, and I've seen people say, "Hey, I understand where Caleb's coming from. You know, don't sun me." So, which side do you take in that?
I would take Caleb's side only because despite CJ's success, dude, it's your second year, man. You haven't been doing it but 1 year. I mean, you hear the sophomore jinx. You know, your ass.
Dude, it's not reasonable. They are. CJ Stroud had a great season last season, but they are peers, and like I'm not going to look at someone who I see as my peer and let them sun me like that. It's just not, my ego doesn't let me do that. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole, but I can't do it. So I definitely side with Caleb there.
Yeah, Caleb was very gracious in the moment. You know, he's like he just got his ass whooped. And his motherfucker come, you're gonna
do not come over here and sun me, dude. I hate you right now. What are you
trying hard to pull his head away from it, bro? All right, man. Yeah, all right. I'll see you later. I'm sure when he got in the locker room, this motherfucker.
Yeah. So I was on Caleb's side on that as well, dude.
Don't
come over here talking
for sure,
like that, dude. This is not the time. And yeah, too, with another concussion, it's just my fantasy football season is going so terribly. I drafted Christian McCaffrey #1 overall. He hasn't played a single game. Tua is my quarterback. Kenneth Walker is one of my running backs. He keeps getting hurt. Jonathan Brooks is one of my running backs. My whole team is injured right now. Fantasy football is stupid, and everybody who plays it's a loser.
So there, that's the way I feel too. I haven't even lost a cent. One last thing about the whole Sun thing. I wonder if Sam Darnold, son CJ Stroud this week, you're gonna be all right, son. Take it from me. I was a #1 draft choice, and look at me now. You know, but how about those Vikings, man? The Vikings weren't expected to be this good, and their top draft choice got knocked out the first week or in preseason, I think. So.
I thought you were going to talk about the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, sunning Bryce Young. Bryce Young couldn't move the football all season. Andy Dalton comes in and wins a football game, darting the ball all over the field. Makes Bryce Young look absolutely terrible.
Yeah. Well, all these the quarterbacks, CJ Stroud ruined it for everybody. Most quarterbacks ain't going to come in doing that. You know, and I feel like the other kid is going to be probably level out too. What's his name from Redskins? I said a bad word. That the Washington team.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I think he's going to like seek. This is going to level out a little bit more, but because he's like Justin Fields, but he doesn't have the beef that Justin has. So if he takes a bad hit, he could be down for a while. You know, so I think that's going to even out. But and Andy Dalton, also ex-Bear. So there's a Bear connection. Didn't do much when he was in Chicago, but he's a replacement level quarterback. He knows what he's doing. He comes in. He doesn't have fear. And I don't give a fuck what my man says. He does get nervous. Caleb does get nervous. I don't get nervous. Bullshit. Everybody gets nervous. If you don't get nervous, then you're not living. So it's just time in the league is going to take away that nervousness and nothing else.
Yeah.
All right.
Only the dumb people aren't scared, right? It's like
you're too big a fool. That means you're a fool. You should be scared. Right.
You don't understand the situation. It's not because you're tough. It's because you're dumb.
You're not comprehending the severity of the situation. That's the problem.
And yeah, Critical's right. Tom Brady didn't come in that way. It took time, but Mahomes came in that way.
No, he sat behind what's his name for a year.
But the difference, Teddy Bruschi will tell you the same. Teddy Bruschi will tell you the same thing. The difference between Mahomes and Brady is that when Brady won that first Super Bowl, he was not the reason they won. He was just the reason they didn't lose.
Yes. Yes.
But Mahomes was the reason we won. He's been the reason we win, and he'll continue to be the reason we win. And that's why he's going to end up being better than Tom Brady at the end of the day.
Yeah. Mahomes replaced Brady replaced Drew Bledsoe because of injury, and he didn't take him to the Super Bowl, but he game managed the Super Bowl and the season and didn't lose it for him. You are correct, sir.
Beat my Greatest Show on Turf Rams. It was
Greatest Show on Turf, man. They would have won 2, right?
It was devastating.
Not for that one. I'm sorry, son. All right. Still a sore spot. I'm sorry. All right. So comics that I picked up this week. This came from mycomicshop.com, which is the first Conan, the Battle of the Blackstone. This was a free comic book day thing. I wanted to get one without the stamp because I shops around here put the stamps on them. So pretty good deal. No stamp.
I probably have that book then.
You probably do. The Knights of Ren. This is Crimson Reign #1, cover C with the Knights of Ren variant. It was a very hot book at one time.
Isn't it?
Very
Knights
cold right now.
How's it spelled? Ren?
R-E-N. Yeah, the Knights of Ren. Yeah. This is a Raza. Raza did like a series, I think, for every issue. I think it's a 5-issue series. He did like 5 or 6. He did a variant cover.
Are you sure it's he?
Raza?
Yeah.
They did a cover.
I could never find a picture or anything on this person. So like,
I know.
I don't know who or what they are.
Yeah, so I'd rather adjust my pronouns appropriately. Raza did this one, and it's a very nice cover, and it could be half a cover price now because it's cooled off, and it's the time to buy it. What else? Oh yeah, this here, Spirits of Vengeance, Scotty Young. I didn't get a lot of stuff.
I was just saying, Scotty Young.
Scotty Young.
He's from Kansas City.
I mean, this is like I literally had like 6 or 8 books in this my comic shop already. Just came today, so I'm so proud of myself for not having a lot.
Beckerman always sees Scotty Young at the Peanut, and they're always eating wings over there.
What's the Peanut? A bar?
It's a bar and grill. Yeah.
Oh, a bar and grill. That sounds nice. It's not a Scotty Young cover. I forget who it is, but it's somebody else's variant cover of the Spirits of Vengeance.
It looks like Derek Chew.
You're right. It is Derek Chew. You're right. It is Derek Chew. Derek Chew, Scotty Young, and this one. Oh, I don't have the paperwork, so I can't tell who it was. But I just saw the cover and thought it was cool. And for some reason, I thought the Spirits of Vengeance had a lot of cool covers, and I picked them up. Probably only in a reading any of them, but because Ghost Rider, not one of my main characters. Anywho, and of course the last one is the Body Trade, which I missed a few weeks ago. I could not find it at the LCS, and luckily I'd already pre-ordered it, so I didn't miss it. This was one from Zach Thompson. We talked about this before. All right. Also, from the LCS today, I picked up 2 copies of the Tin Can Society, the Tin Can Society, which is going to be part of my What's Good when it comes up. This is the 1 in 10 copy, and I told Frank shout out Frank when I came in that, dude, these are the 1 for 10 copies, right? He had like 5 of them, so I bought 2 of them, and it's like, okay, well, they sent him. I think they sent him the wrong copies. They didn't send him any A cover copies. They sent him all the incentive copies. So, like, Merry Christmas.
EM Gist was the Ghost Rider skull.
Thank you. That was the EM Gist cover. Yes. This guy's all over it, man. It's like my Radar O'Reilly.
Well, I wanted to know for myself. So
fuck you for me personally. The moon is following us. That shit out. Moon. This is the B cover, I want to say.
I had a delayed understanding of what was happening there, so sorry. That was funny.
That's okay. That's all right. Got it tickled your funny bone. This is a Daniel Warren Johnson, I think, cover of The Moon is Following Us, which came out last week, but they were shorted also on that. So I've got a lot of books from last week and from week before last. Not a lot of new books in this haul for some reason. This is the 3rd printing of the power fantasy. This is going to be something.
Oh, yeah, a lot of hype on that book.
A lot of hype. Third printing of #1 of Power Fantasy #1. Mugshots #3. Did not read #2 just yet, but it's been so slow coming out that I have plenty of time to catch up. I love that it's not coming out too fast, and I'm going to be able to just catch up without any trouble. Excellent book. This is I forget who the writer is, but man, it's such a good book. Find this book from Mad Cave if you can.
I was able to get to #1, but I haven't seen 2 or 3, unfortunately.
Really? Yeah, it's and you might have to order them, because if I hadn't subbed to it, I probably wouldn't be getting it. I mean, that's one of those books a lot of people are not going to be, stocking the shelves with.
My shop is always hit and miss with Mad Cave, unfortunately.
Yeah, small publisher too. Dick Tracy, #5. I'm all caught up on that. Man, can't wait to see what's happening with Flat Top and Dick Tracy and the rest of those funny name folks. Ultimate Spider-Man #9. Spider-Man #9. A little behind on this too, and it's coming out pretty quickly now, so I better go catch up and see if I still like it. I put my #1 up for sale. There's no takers yet, so but we'll see what happens. Could be a little bit too late for that. May have already passed. Power Fantasy #2. I think it came out also last week, so this is all like late stuff, but I'm just getting it, so it's new to me. This one I know is brand new. This is from
Tula Lotte. I know.
This is the Tula cover that woke you up last week.
More specifically, it's the leg.
Gosh, the leg cover. Yes, it woke you up last week, and here it is. I have to have it.
Stabled. October is nigh. It is so close.
Oh, it is. It is, my friend. What's up, Jack? It's so close you can sniff it. It's so damn close, and I know you're so excited about it. Yeah, man. And I can't believe that Tula Lotte did that cover, and she did that other one. I wish I had the cover of it. That spooked you out so much last week from Hello Darkness #2. Yeah. I was like, it's kind of spooky. I don't like that one. I don't know. Oh, and let's go into What's Good too, because you have anything for What's Good?
I do not. This is all you.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, I only got one. My wife, exactly. Okay, let's just do that real quick. What is good? I'll tell you in just a second. Fortunately, like my son, I've also been a little negligent in reading books this week. I've caught up on stuff. Like I caught up on The Incredible Hulk. I'm completely, caught up with that. That's a really, and I guess I would include it in What's Good, but I forgot to bring it up with me. The Hulk is good. I mean, I was going to drop it. I was this close to dropping it. Then I read it, and I saw they had a guest artist on. It was pretty good, not just your typical filler guest artist. And Nick Klein's art, man, it's just like so embodying this horror look that they're trying to go for now. It's pretty amazing. And these changes they're going to make to Charlie. I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know if you're reading this, Jack, but you might like this a little bit because it's not your typical superhero book. It's a horror mag now. They made it, at least for this run, it's made it into a horror magazine. So, anywho, I found this sketchbook that I had. We were talking about the cat that passed away, John. Not John
Cassidy.
John Cassidy. John Cassidy, who passed away just this last week or so. And I was at this convention in Canada in Toronto. And I would say it was 2000 or 2001. It may have been 2000. It was before 9/11, so it was probably 2000. And there was a good show there with John Romito Jr. was there, Michael Turner was there, and John Cassidy was there. And I brought my book. And I got some signatures, like John J.R. Jr. signed this page here. Nice. He signed that, and he did like I showed you that ASM 36 of the World Trade Center, that he did a remark in silver marker on. I'm totally going to get graded by and verified by CBCS, along with a couple other books that I've got signed. And John Cassaday did this sketch for me, and I was like, wow, that's very cool. It's like it was back in the day before, when there was no gatekeepers. There was like no wall between you and the talent. They were just sitting around at tables. You just walk up to them and buy stuff from them, and they sketch in your sketchbook real quick, and we're just sitting. It was like a slow day. This kind of thing would never happen now, but it was like a really cool experience. I remember John Cassaday also having like a really hot girlfriend. Like it's like, dude, wow, he's dating this hot looking sister. Like Cassaday got game. Maybe he's got it going on. Back in the day, I was single. Like I was kind of like, wow, this comic book thing really pays off for some folks, doesn't it? And then Michael Turner, R.I.P. Man, he drew this picture of Aspen from his Fathom book, and the way these guys are so good. Both of them just like crank this stuff out, man, in a matter of minutes. And this is just like, here you go. I'll never forget that. And both of those guys were just awesome. It was just so cool to just hang out with. So I just wanted to share that.
Very awesome, man. That's dope as hell.
Yeah. Nowadays you would pay like $100 or something like that, probably, and stand in line for like 2 hours.
People talk about that, how, you used to be able to get signatures and stuff without paying. It was just enough to be in the line to get the signature. But now, it all costs money. Yep.
Totally. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. He was so young. Both of those guys were young. When Michael went, a long time ago, but Cassie was only like 50, I think. So that's really a shame. All right. So the thing I have what's good, if I can remember it or find it, wait for it, is this. The Tin Can Society. I'm probably going to do a review of this, but I just have to talk about how good this is. The Tin Can Society, written by Peter Warren, drawn by Francesco Mobili. Man, this is about a superhero who grew up with a bunch of other kids, and he was like an outsider. They were all kind of like outsiders, but he was disabled, and he was really a shy kid, but he grew up to be a really smart guy. And he's kind of like Tony Stark in a way. And he created this armor that really made him into this being, this superhero. Something happens. He is gruesomely murdered. In fact, I understand why there was no art on this book released per se, because the first page, be prepared, is like the gruesome murder site of this guy. And if that kind of thing triggers you, you might not, be prepared for it. So be prepared. I don't know. I think there may be a warning somewhere, but I don't see it. It's right on the first page. As soon as you open, like, wow, it's just like a gruesome murder site. So one of his comrades, his kids that he used to hang out with, is also a photographer, and she's one of the first on the scene of the murder. She bribes the cop to get shots because she wants to solve this thing and find out who did it. She starts assembling and getting in touch with all the other kids that they grew up together with, and find out, like, I think someone from our circle killed this guy. And this story is about her investigation of it, and it reveals a little bit at a time about how he grew up and how he became this mogul and how he did this thing. Man, this is a lot. There's a lot going on here, and in a good way. The Tin Can Society is something you should find. There's probably more covers out there. I don't know if you can find this incentive cover or not, but the A cover is very cool too, which I don't have in front of me. Excellent book, and that is my what's good for this week.
Very interesting. I might go pick that one up.
I think you should, man. I think you might like it. Let's see, do I have this already set up? Of course I don't. Present.
We're going to talk about some comic books here.
We are. As soon as I can.
October 2nd, Jack. Next new comic book day is October.
It is. In fact, you mentioned it. Come on, come up. There we go. There we go. Yeah, giant generator is I mean, images divided into so many different parts, and almost all of them are awesome. So it's so very cool that a lot of that stuff to say cover A. No, this is definitely not a cover A. This is cover B most likely, because it's the multiple sources show it as being it shows it being an incentive cover. But I'll be damned, it does say cover A. You're right. I'll be dipped in shit. You're right.
I'll be dipped in shit. What?
And rolled in nuts. Yeah, it actually does say cover A. Well, that's crazy. But you look on like CLZ and other places, even on the Comic Tom app, which is not the Comic Tom app, but the app that he's
like, yeah, he doesn't have an app.
He doesn't have an app, but he promotes that app a whole lot.
Let me see your cover. Let me see your cover.
This one.
Yeah, that's not the A, but there was a printing issue.
Cover A on there.
There's a printing issue where it says it's the cover A, but that actually is the 1 in 10 Bengal variant. It's a printing error.
Oh, that's what that may explain why Frank got a bunch of copies of this rather than the actual cover A. Yeah, and that's gonna cause a lot of mix-ups. I mean, I imagine how many other shops got that and got shorted on their incentive covers and so forth.
Wow. So here it is on League of Geeks. Yeah, my shop wouldn't sell me because it was of that reason. Yeah. Anyone else's A cover a misprint with the B cover.
Well, I don't even have the A cover in front of me right now, because I mean the actual A cover. So I don't know what it says on the back of it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, that was a printing error that maybe that will become worth millions of dollars because you got it.
At least a couple, 2, 3. Let's say at least 4 or 5. Thanks for that heads up, Sled. Man, good looking out. All right. Batman 153. Oh. How far behind are you on Batman still? Are you still behind on it?
Yeah, I am definitely still behind on that one. I'm thinking about dropping Batman, honestly.
I know you are. But you can't say you just can't say goodbye to Chip's Batman, man. You can't do it.
I love Jorge, and I actually like Chip. I don't think it's the writers. I think it's just the book is not working for me. And I've been wondering that about Amazing Spider-Man. It's like maybe it's not the writer, maybe it's the book, because all these writers are failing at Amazing Spider-Man.
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah, maybe it's time to just end that book.
Oh, bite your tongue, says Marvel. And DC. We need to expand the character, not end the character. You're crazy. Oh yeah. Well, that's why Ultimate Spider-Man was such a popular hit when it first came out, because we were hungry for a good story. Now, my question is, how long are they going to be satiated by this story of a 30-ish Spider-Man married with children? I mean, we'll see. Yeah. I love this cover here, though, man. Look at that, the action blur. I forget the name for this actually is in the Photoshop thing. That is so like the fucking Batarangs coming right at you.
Jorge bringing it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
I bought a couple of the Halloween covers from Kelly Jones, I think. Yeah. I bought 3 of these, actually.
It's very cool, even though Batman has like a freakishly big head, but it's very cool art from Kelly Jones.
It looks like a Beavis and Butthead drawing to
me. Yeah. Trick or treat. You know the rest of it. Oh, a lot of good covers. Daniel Sampere. This is going to be. Imagine this in foil.
Foil sounds cool. Yeah.
So foil. Yeah, a lot of good stuff on this one, man. Tony Harris. Cardstock cover. What the hell? The the Joker just trying to teabag Batman here. What was he doing here? All right. You missed me, Batman. All right. And the last one, now look at the David Nakayama. It's a card stock also. This is a little different than his normal stuff, which is what I like it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
DNA.
So, yeah. DNA, baby. All right. X-Men 5. X-Men always have those great covers too. Absolute Power number 4. Daredevil mask being ripped off for some odd reason.
Kyle Hott's Trick or Treat is on Lick for your boy Rudo. Lock, not Lick. Okay.
On Lick. It could be on Lick. The Kyle Holtz. Oh, did we see that one? Did we see the Kyle Holtz? I don't remember.
I only saw the Kelly one, I thought.
Let's try it again and see if we can find the Kyle Holtz. Asking you shall receive. Which one? Tony Harris, Nakayama, Marco Mastroianni, Walt Simonson. I don't see a Kyle Holtz.
Maybe it's a different book. Yeah.
Could be. Is it on lock? The Batman. Kelly. Kelly. Okay, yeah. The Kelly. I know those pumpkins are going to get to you, man. Yeah, those pumpkins are out of sight.
Yeah, I got a few of those pre-ordered.
Yeah. I don't know if I pre-ordered that one or not. My Elmer Fudd is finally on the way. Well, it'll be shipped next week, so it'll be a ways before I get that one. Did you ever get that one? The Elmer Fudd Batman?
I got the last one today.
Oh, you a lucky man.
The Lord was looking.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. I missed Batman Day. I forgot Batman Day was Saturday. Of course, I missed everything.
I didn't miss it. I had just gone on Friday and I didn't want to go back the next day.
Yeah. I know. I'll go once a week, man. I gotta go all the way downtown. Or to town in my case. There is no down. Poison Ivy is just always good for some good covers. Usually. Moving on down the list. Storm number 1. There's something.
The Deviant. That's my favorite book. All right,
Deviant.
Sorry.
The penultimate book. I know. I mean, that's not the penultimate book for us, but
be a lot cooler if it was.
Is the penultimate issue of the Deviant. And this is Storm from the Ashes, a new beginning. That's the slogan of everything X. Maria Ayodli. I hope I didn't mess that man's name up. Sorry.
It's a cool cover.
It is a cool cover. This is Mateus Manhini.
Easy for you to say.
Manhanani. One more time. Mateus Manhanini? Let's go with that. Before I just butcher his name even more.
Manhanini.
In a way, you kicked ass on this cover, sir. This is very nice cover. And there's some other good covers here too. There's
colors are popping too.
Jae Hung Lee. Oh yeah. Jae Hung Lee.
Ji Hyung Lee. That is the guy behind. He's the one behind Her, the beginning, or Guma.
Is he the one? Guma, the beginning of Her. Well, he's an excellent cover artist. Well, that's all I have to say about that. Jerome Opeña, the gold foil cover. I mean, they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do with Storm that they haven't done with Storm already, but it's a legacy character. A major meltdown at a nuclear facility in Oklahoma City. Is going to address the whole Oklahoma massacre thing. I wonder. Perfect opportunity. Black Rider, Oklahoma City. Opportunity here. Oh, Chichetto. Doom variant. Anything Doom is this is kind of not an homage, but there's an issue of X-Men where Doom is doing something very similar with Storm on the cover. at X, people probably know what I'm talking about. I have that issue of X-Men. Probably back in the, I want to say the 70s or 80s, more likely 80s. Very cool. And of course, DNA. This is more your typical DNA cover here, which is still pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. The man has a style that's easily recognizable, and this is, I want to say, the Unknown Comics variant, so it's going to cost you a little more than normal. All right, recent stuff.
People don't like Redcoat, man.
What's up? What do you got against Redcoat?
I think it's because they don't understand the character.
But you pass it on 80s guy. Storm. In special one, I would definitely get. Okay.
But yeah, I love I love Redcoat.
Me too. Even though I'm still behind on him, but I'm still pulling him because I think it's a good character. Just think he's popping up. Get out of my way here with that nonsensical message that you're trying to tell me. All right, this is the Deviant. There's much love for the Deviant on this channel, as you might guess.
Wow, Stapled going non-PC.
Oh no, you'd not go there. Oh my God, Cosby.
Oh
yeah,
my.
Cosby.
Oh my.
Too soon? Oh yeah. I can't believe that fucking guy got away with that shit for all those years.
Yeah, Ghost Machine is killing it, man. I agree.
Also,
I can't wait to finish this book. I hope that he brings it together nicely, but I absolutely love the whole setup to this book. This book feels like a movie.
It's got me really wondering what's what. I wish I could see the other two covers too. I don't have those available. At this point, I'm assuming they're going to, of course, that was his plan all along. It's going to carry into Christmas 2024. This was back in May. They thought that. I think there's a whole point to make it go from Christmas to Christmas. And so this is going to this is the penultimate issue. And the last one will be out in mid-November, so just in time for Christmas.
Only 9 of them, huh?
Only
I
9.
love this. I can't wait to see where he's going with this. I hope he has a nice, firm plan in mind here.
Yes,
but I love this book, guys. Can't recommend it enough. Everything is perfect in this book.
Everything is perfect. At this point, we don't know who the hell is the deviant, who the hell is the true killer, and it's just making.
And the thing that I really love about this book is in the let's say woke times that we live in, you would expect the writer to have this sympathetic gay man from the past be clearly innocent. But this guy has problems, right? He is not clearly innocent, and that makes this story so interesting to me. I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Because guess what? There are bad gay people too.
Exactly.
That's what you need to put out there.
But that's the beauty of the story, is that it's not this sort of agenda thing. It's this people are people thing, and it makes it so good.
Yes, this is a sick show. Thank you. They say on MST3K. Yes. All right. So yeah, I mean, get the Deviant. If you're trade waiting for that, then do it, but somehow find a way to read that damn book, man. If you can deal with the creepiness of it. It's creepy, but it's damn good.
Not your show, guys. All right. I thought we were going back into somebody was drinking a flavored whiskey or something. I think so.
All right. So what else we got here? Get Fury is coming to an end. Number 6.
Nice House on the Lake, or Nice House by the Sea.
Nice House by the Sea also is what are you talking about here? Let me know later. I need to update apparently. Nice House by the Sea. I might do what you're doing and let them pile up a little bit. I haven't read number 2 yet, so they always leave me wanting this. Oh, what's next? So maybe I'll let them pile up, get to like number 5 or 6, and
I'm a binger. That's why I do things. I prefer to binge. Yeah, I'm about to finally binge Feral. I got 6 issues to binge. I'm through 2, so I have 4 more to go. But yeah, that's how I prefer to do it. I like to do it all at once.
Okay, I'm gonna do that with some of them. It was pretty good binging Hulk, I have to say. So Maybe I'll take up your model.
No trying to remember what you read 3 months ago. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, that's the hard part about it. I mean, I can remember what I read like a week ago. Sometimes I read this, right? And I liked it, I think.
Then you open the book and you look, okay, yeah, I did read it. I just completely forgot. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Once thing about being old, man, it comes back to you.
Hyde Street, baby.
Hyde
How is
Street,
that
buddy.
how's that not the penultimate book? Make
It
it
was
make
close.
sense.
It was a
Make it
contender.
make sense.
It was a contender. Could have been a contender. It was. Series premiere, a new epic era in character-centered horror begins as Ghost Machine launches Hyde Street, its newest ongoing series from creators Jeff Johns and Evan Rees. In every city and town, off every country road and Metropolis Avenue, if you make a wrong turn, you might find yourself on Hyde Street. But be careful who you talk to and what you do, because the consequences can make death itself seem like the easy way out. Introducing Mr. X-Ray, Pranky, the world's most dangerous scout, Miss Goodbody, and many, many more, out to delight, fright, and say goodnight. What is their secret? And that of Hyde Street, only they know. For now. Ho, ho, ho. Jeff Johns. He's weaving some good stuff, isn't he?
I'm very much looking forward to them wrapping this together, because all of these books have their own style, and they're even arguably they have their own audience that they're catering to, where you may like one of the Ghost Machine books, but not the others. Like, you might be down for Hyde Street, but the rest of them. So like there's something for everybody in this thing. And I'm really looking forward to the plan that they have that's going to bring all of these books together. These books that are not really the same at all. How are they going to come together? Like, one fascinating thing that I've been thinking about, just the last Ghost Machine thing, is there's a variant cover of Junkyard Joe #1, and it's Junkyard Joe just in this snowy blizzard area. And it's like, why is this cover showing him? He's never in this blizzard in the book. So like, why does it look like this? Vietnam doesn't look like this. So where is this place? Well, we find in Image Comics, what is it, #1, where they have the Blizzard story, and we figure out that there is a Blizzard Ghost Machine story, and Junkyard Joe is clearly in the blizzard on this cover. And so they have all these plans that they're peeking at here and there. And they're all set for the future. And one thing I've always said is my favorite kind of writing is that when you watch something and then you go back and you watch it again, and having understood the end, watching it again, you see the end everywhere in the beginning. That's my favorite kind of writing. There is nothing better than that. And that's what they're doing with all of Ghost Machine. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. And some of them might not even come together, so to speak, quote unquote. But some of them will intertwine and come together. But I can't see like maybe Hyde Street and the Red Coat coming together, because it's two different realities.
I think all of them they're all in the same shared universe. So all of them can be brought together. And there is this unnamed war that they keep hinting at.
Unnamed war.
That we're going to get more information about. And I think that is the thing that brings all of these stories together. But I don't know. We'll see. That's part of the fun.
Yeah, we will see. This is there's a lot of anthologies out there, but I feel like this is going to be it's going to be different. Be different and still be good.
This is going to be different from the rest of them for sure.
Yeah, and the minky on his head. What is that? Like from Inspector Clouseau. There's a little minky bite. Shout out to those who don't get that line. Yeah, that's very cool. Oh my God, I think this is the fucking kid. What's his name? Pranky. Pranky.
Oh man, that is an unpleasant cover.
Did you read the Ash Can? Did you read the Ash Can? I think Mark did
no, the Hyde Street Ash Can.
Yeah. He talked about it in detail. Yeah, this little frightening scout.
That's the 1 in 50. That's a cool cover, man.
It is. 1 in 50. Mike Deodato. This is probably going to be out of the range, but if I could get it for a decent price, I would probably get it.
Yeah, definitely gonna be
that
cover. That cover is gonna go for near ratio for sure.
If it was half ratio, I would gobble it up in a minute. I would totally get it for 25 in a minute. Yeah, that's some sick shit. But it's so well done. What's the one for 100? I don't know what this is an homage to. Anyone? This is from doesn't say who. Just an homage.
Hyde Street looks like, I don't know what it's an homage to, but that Hyde Street looks like the brightest day.
It does look like brightest day, doesn't it? Like some DC joint.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. So I don't know. I still go with the 150. That's my pick. So yeah, Hyde Street, y'all. Check it out. Definitely. It's gonna be the shizznizzle. I hate Fairyland number 16. That's a pretty funny book by Scotty, actually. Is he still writing that? I think he is. Maybe drawing it too.
Yeah, I'm not up on that one.
Yeah. I got the first series. It's really interesting. Really kind of funny. Cruel Universe number 3. I read number 2. It was good. The first one, this is the science fiction book. So this is like from the EC deal there. So yeah, that both those were good of Cruel Universe. DC is I Know What You Did Last Crisis. Oh my God. Oh, how about Creature Commandos? Any interest in that?
Probably not. I'll watch the show though. I'll watch the show.
Same. A vampire, a werewolf, a gorgon, and an undead soldier. Walking to a grocery store.
That writer's the actor. That's the actor, isn't it? David
Desmond.
He was in Suicide Squad, I'm pretty sure.
Was he? Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Polka Dot Man writing this, and I've got mixed feelings about the original Creature Commando issues, but I've got hope for this series, says someone here. Okay. So that's where they get that. I said, what the fuck is Polka Dot Man? Oh, I don't remember that from was that the first Suicide Squad or the second one?
The second one.
I haven't seen the second one.
When they take on the big eyeball. I liked it. He was cool.
I gotta see the second one. Yeah, I gotta check that out because
the first one kind of sucked, but the second one was fun.
The first one was Will Smith, right?
Yeah, that one kind of sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't great. You know, I'm easily amused by this stuff. I don't take it. You know, to me, for it to suck, it's got to be like Incredible Melting Man bad. You know, so I don't really mind this. It wasn't great, you know, but it didn't cost me anything. And, you know, I usually watch it on TV anyway, so I'm pretty. Wonder Woman 84 wasn't so bad to me. Like, you know, it was just 2 hours of my time that I spent watching the movie that wasn't great. This cover here by Charlie Alliard. This is the B. For some reason, this is very cool. I like that one.
It reminds me of Sandman.
A bit, yes. Our guy, the the guy with the teeth in his eyes.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Yes. Yes. He's from your nightmares. And this is the Jim Lee 125 black and white. Very Jim Lee. Very, very detailed artwork and looking great. So yeah. Well, we'll see if the Polka Dot Man can write. One thing is for sure. If you buy this book, that is. All right. What else we got here? Star Wars. Man. We just finished watching I thought we watched the last episode of The Acolyte. Have you seen any of that? Or are you just a boy like to play it because a big Star Wars fan? And
you know, I thought I was a big Star Wars fan, but I guess I'm not because I haven't watched The Acolyte. I haven't watched Ashoka, so I guess I'm really not that big of a Star Wars fan.
Oh, a 3-volume horror. Cool. So really? See, I would not know that. Didn't have my man in horror, reporting stuff like that. Oh yeah, is he the creator of Count Crowley? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I am watching. Yeah. I was just gonna say I am watching the McMahon documentary on Netflix, and whew, interesting stuff, guys.
Oh, Vince McMahon?
Yeah, Vince McMahon.
Oh,
it just came out today. I started episode.
Oh, really? I'm so watching that.
It's interesting. It's really interesting.
Living scum is Vince McMahon.
They're talking about how he took when he took over his dad's business. Back then, the model was regional, so you weren't supposed to go outside your region. But Vince was like, I don't care, I'm taking everybody's region.
Yep.
And it talks about how basically Hulk Hogan was what took him to the promised land. So interesting stuff. You're into that at all? I'm looking forward to the juicy stuff, though. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I can't wait.
He's got one thing. The last thing I'll say about it is he looks like a clown. He's got all this. He's clearly got all this Botox and stuff done. And
oh my! He looks embalmed already. The current day Vince McMahon.
And I'm telling you, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm just aging, dude. I'm just gonna be an old person. I'm not putting that Botox shit in my face. It ain't happening, dog.
It's not a good look. It doesn't look good on women. It doesn't look good on men. Especially doesn't look good on men.
It looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible.
Vince, I'm sorry. When did you die? R.I.P.
I've seen young people do it. Like I have a person in my circle who's done work, and it does not look good. I'm like, you looked way better before you did this.
Did you tell them that?
No, I'm not going to tell them that. but I did tell my wife, we're not doing this, baby. We're not doing
this. Gosh. Oh, has anyone read Something Crawled Out? Because they gave us this book free a couple of weeks ago. The least we could do is read this book. I mean, I blame myself for not reading it.
Blame yourself.
I absolutely should have read this book, but I did not read it yet. But I mean,
blame yourself. That's right. Jack Black don't crack. It's true. And Sudhead, yes, he still has that thin, weird mustache, and it does not go with him. And it looks super weird with the Botox clown face that he has. Yeah, it's very
Botox
weird.
Clown face, thin mustache, bad look, embalming. So
just age gracefully, guys. Leave that Botox alone. It ain't worth it, man.
I know.
It's not helping. It's not helping.
Yes, exactly. And I Lie Popeye. Has anybody heard of this book?
I got the free new comic book day.
There's a free new comic book day? I totally missed that.
There's a free comic book day book, yeah.
No way. That's where it started. Okay, because I gotta find that because I've heard good things about this, but I have not read it. So I need to. Here's somebody. Sled's read it. Decent. Not sure if I'll continue, but it was awfully nice of Vault to give us the first issue for free. I paid $1 for mine from my comic shop, but my LCS was giving away 1 copy per customer for free. So I don't know. Vault is like circling the drain almost. I mean, they're trying to give us good content, and here they are giving us free comic books. God damn it. God bless them. God bless you for giving us a free comic book. The least we can do is read it, goddamn it. Read the goddamn book. Read it. It's free. All right. So that's all I have to say about that. So since you didn't guess it, I guess now it's time for our penultimate book, my friend. Let's check it out. And now it is time for the penultimate book. And this week, that book is called The Creeping Below. And God bless them, they made a trailer, so I don't have to make one myself. And here it is. Yeah, I know, right? Man, that's rocking out. On the YouTube channel, they gave credit to the artist. I forgot who the artist was, but that's good music. All right, that's Beyond Real. Oh yeah, I read that too. Yeah, that was very good. Oh man, I hope Boss is able to stay in business. All right, so let's talk about this book here. We've got The Creeping Below. In nature, there are gods older than the devil. Nothing can prepare you for what's coming in this violent, electrifying descent into this bloody, black metal infused revenge saga. Val, an American metalhead attending a festival in Oslo, begins her penumbras pilgrimage into the vast depths of vengeance after her victimization at the hands of a charismatically vile local band. The old gods of Norse mythology guide her along, I should say, her path in the name of women everywhere. Will she walk a warrior's path or become a behemoth beyond human recognition? All right. And Brian Azzarello is writing this, which is very cool. And Vanessa R. Del Rey, don't get it twisted with Vanessa Del Rio, as we talked about a few weeks ago, a very different person, is drawing this book. So, man, this looks like it could be pretty exciting. And it's got a Maria Lovett variant. Maria Lovett's got her own unique style there, as many artists do. And Mike Deodato Jr.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool, huh? Wow. Yeah, so man, this could be something. This could be something here, folks. I'm gonna have to You're welcome, Sled. That is a pretty good your metalhead. This is definitely up your alley. Yeah. So this is your penultimate book. And
nice. That cover is, I like that black and white.
That's the dopest cover right there, man. Is this a incentive? No, just a basic open order. Very cool. Yes. All right, man. So maybe some more covers too. Here's another Deodato Jr. variant. This is a 125. Better than the other one, or you like the black and white one better?
I like this one.
Yeah.
I usually prefer the color. Usually.
Yeah. Sometimes to me the black and white can be more stunning, but usually the color just makes it pop more, I guess. Very cool. Very cool stuff. And who's this? This is Jay Lee, a 1 in 50.
That's interesting looking.
Yes. Wow. I just put together, that's like a figure. That's like a humanoid type figure there. Wow. With the carrying a head, I should say. I don't know if it's their head or not, but it's a head for sure. Wow. Interesting. That's another 1 for 50. Yeah. If this one were to come down in way below ratio, I would consider getting it. All right. Well, then, that is your penultimate book, boys and girls. All right.
If you don't know, now you know.
Exactly. From the world of minor threats, Barfly. We got that great. I'm gonna do that damn video where we talk about my experience in Portland, but it's been like 3 weeks now, so yeah, I'll get to it eventually. We talked about, or I should say, at the show they talked about the world of minor threats. Everyone from Dark Horse, including Patton Oswalt, was there, and he was having a good old time talking about those things. I Like Popeye, man, I've heard good things about that. I got to find it. And The Crow Dead Time. The Crow Sumerian is redoing The Crow Dead Time. I think we'll end on this one. No, I got one more to go. But anyway, The Crow Dead Time, this is a reprint of that series from, I want to say the 80s or 90s. The Crow fans out there know what era this is from, and this is a big series. So it's being reprinted by Sumerian, who used to be Behemoth. So that could be, I guess if you've never read the series, you probably will want to read that. The last we want to look at here is from Dynamite. Is Barbara Barbarella #1.
I thought you froze there. That was weird. I was like,
did I freeze?
No, you didn't. I just thought you did. It was weird.
Oh, okay. It is another reboot of a classic product or classic title. This is, I think, drawn and is it written and drawn, or maybe just drawn by Joseph Michael Linsner, who was known for his Cry for Dawn series. If you remember that from back in the day, that was a really, of course, at Dynamite, you got 8 zillion covers. That is a number, by the way. That's a real number. What does it say about it? Fresh off the Saving the Universe. Yeah, she works big. Meanwhile, another quarter of the glass. New faces, new places. So everyone knows who Vampirella, Barbarella is. It's just a hopefully new, fresh take on her. Looks like Linsner is writing it too. So he wrote Cry for Dawn. So maybe this might be good. You know, I love his art too, but a lot of his women do look like Dawn. I mean, right here, Barbarella looks kind of like Dawn. I mean, but it looks great, you know, but it looks kind of like his character, you know, Dawn. And so he has a very unique style. You can tell his work anywhere. But still,
who stands the way that she's standing? It doesn't make sense.
Are you going to critique her posture, my friend?
I'm just saying, someone stand like that and tell me how ridiculous it looks.
I'm holding a globe in one hand, I'm holding a blaster in the other hand, and I'm kind of like on one foot, and I got my other leg up like this, very demurely. But I'm telling you, I think that is definitely a way that Dawn would stand. And if you look at the Cry for Dawn, you can just Google them and look at them online. I bet it'll look a lot like that. But you know, good artwork. But it looks like this, you know. Annie Wu has a different take on her. It's very, very different.
You would definitely topple over Janet. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But it caught her just at the right split second where she was posing just like that. Got it. Frozen in time forever.
I want a picture of Lorenzo standing like that, please and thank you.
Oh, you don't want that. You don't want that, my friend. Cosplay photo. Who else is this? That's pretty much a bunch of Andrews.
You had to snap it right before she fell face flat.
Seriously, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be frozen in time. All right, the last one we take a look at here is the Rated Comics. Rated. LA Comic-Con. Rachata Lynn?
Rachta
Lynn. Oh, there we go.
That ass, though.
You can have it if she wants it.
There you go.
Damn, baby.
That ass, though. Yes, sir, Bob. All right, so
that's how we like it, right there, girl.
The ground, for real, though. For real. But you know, this is comic books, baby. You know, that kind of stuff happens.
She got them baby making hips. You know what I'm saying?
You can have it if she wants it.
I think I do know what you're saying, my friend.
I like my girls drawn like Jessica Rabbit. Please and thank you.
There you go. Jessica Rabbit, man. That's all absolutely realistic, atomically correct woman. Absolutely. Jessica Rabbit.
They don't draw them like they used to. Am I right, boys?
They do not. They do not. Oh, my goodness. Yes. So, man, we made it. We're at the end. It's another week in the in the box here, I want to say, and it's all good, and it all came out well, and they're all happy.
Check out endofzed.com. Look for that Kickstarter. I'm looking forward to that one. That art really did look awesome.
It did indeed. It did indeed, man. I was stunned at how great that looked. I mean, whoa. I mean, we have some good guests on here lately with good artwork, but man, I was like, dude, I mean, where'd you find these people? It was awesome.
Don't come at me. Hold on. Don't come at me, Sledhead.
Don't
come at me.
I believe that she
present you with logic.
I believe that she could read minds, but I don't believe that she could stand awkwardly like that.
Yeah,
that's right. And as I crack open my mushroom elixir that I'm drinking, and I love so very much. It is so good. It's root beer flavored. I recommend it, folks. Mushroom elixir. Take it from me. What do you got going on this week, son?
Check out FOC and Chill last night. We had a number of great people jump on. Bueller with Comics with Bueller was on. Pop Culture Philosophers on. Robbie. Robbie came in thinking that maybe I was going to start some beef with him. So it's kind of funny. And we discussed the StreamYard price increase among many other things. So great show last night, and we'll be back next week for the week of Comics Curing Cancer. Not this weekend, but next weekend. The big shows for Comics Curing Cancer kicks off. So get your money right for that weekend. And I plan to do something for Comics Curing Cancer next week on my show. Talk about it. Maybe sell a John Romita signed slab for it. So I'm still figuring out what I want to do, but look for that next Tuesday.
All right, then. Yeah, I'll probably just end up doing some buying myself. I don't have that much to give. I'll just be part of the crowd to support that way.
Hey, you can buy, and it's tax deductible, guys. Cannot stress that enough. If you spend $1,000 on a comic book, you get to write it off because you're donating to charity. Can't beat that, guys. And the homie Critical Entertainment is in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. And they are live right now on Kickstarter. They have met their goal, but they have 12 days left to sell you as many comic books as they possibly can. If you want to see indie comics, you got to support indie comics. Get over to that Kickstarter, guys, and back that project. Let's go.
There it is. Hey, all great stuff, Surcam. Me personally, I'll be doing stuff on Instagram from time to time, God willing. And we'll be back here next week at the same time, same bat channel, God willing, and the creek don't rise. So thanks to everyone who watched on the replay, who was watching on the replay, I should say. And thanks for y'all who stopped by for a minute, who hung around till the end. Whatever, we're glad to see you. Anyways, you want to do it.
Whatever we can get,
whatever we can get, we'll take it.
Like Marcus on Friday night in high school. Whatever I can get.
That's right. Yes, sir, Rebob. So on that note, we'll say our farewells and be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and peace and love. We'll see you all next week. Take care, everyone.
Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver! Is a fire really necessary?